Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. I am currently in quarantine. I just got home from visiting my husband and potentially came in contact with somebody. Well, I did come in contact with somebody who had contact potentially with somebody with COVID. Very unlikely that they had enough contact that they're going to get sick. But just to be on the safe side and protect everyone else out there, I am staying home for the next 10 days. So I thought this was a good opportunity to get on and make some videos. It's been a little bit since I've posted anything about mental health, so I wanted to do that today. As you can see, I might not be having the most good that was not a good sentence. I am not having the best mental health day. I feel okay, truthfully, but I just haven't been sleeping well. My energy is low. I'm obviously a little bit sad that I left my husband, so everything kind of feels heightened because of the not sleeping. I was really lucky to get to bed before 5:30 in the morning last night. That has not been a thing the last week. So I've been pretty exhausted. When you're really tired, all of your hormones go out of balance, and when you have chemicals in your brain already out of balance with anxiety, it's just not a good mix. So anyways, I had enough energy today to brush my teeth and do my makeup, but y'all are getting a onesie. So celebrate the small things, like I've always said. I'm just happy that I am feeling well enough today to make a video for you. So even the fact, like I said, that I got out of bed and did my makeup. Yesterday, I spent the whole day sitting in my bedroom. I did do some productivity. I had a counseling appointment, which was actually really great. I did a little bit of artwork. My counselor challenged me to try to draw my anxiety, which is not an easy thing to do, but I think I came up with a pretty good product, and it actually encouraged me to try making a bit of a series with it to help me better understand my anxiety, right? I've recognized now that a lot of my anxiety is really subconscious, and so even though I don't necessarily have panic attack symptoms, I feel like my baseline is always an anxiety. So really good recognition, and that is a thing. You can be baseline anxiety. If you don't know what your baseline means, baseline is kind of where you emotionally sit on a regular basis. So your baseline can change. So for me, like I said, my baseline's kind of always sitting in anxiety. I never can just sit down and not do anything. So if I'm watching Netflix, I have to also be on my phone playing a game or texting. I have to be drawing or doing something that helps to keep me more occupied, because one thing isn't enough. My brain needs to keep busy. So for me, that's my baseline, is I need to continuously be busy. So I'm always sitting in a bit of anxiety, whether or not I have those bodily responses to it or not. It's a subconscious thing, and anxiety can be subconscious, which is really hard for people to understand. So anyways, today, I wanted to go over a couple of different coping strategies with you that I have been trying to use more frequently recently. I also use one of these ones with my clients, which is very effective. I work with youth, so simplicity is key. And it makes it really easy for adults to use as well, of course, because when you are in anxiety, you actually can't make decisions the way you normally would. Your IQ drops by 10 points when you're in an anxious or upset state. So how are you supposed to, in that moment, be like, oh, I gotta go do something, or a really complicated coping strategy? It's hard enough to come up with, I need to do a coping strategy. But practice makes perfect, guys. Make sure you practice these coping strategies, whether or not you're having anxiety. The more you do them, the more easily you will find you can actually get into doing them in the moment that you need them. So today I'm going to talk about a 5 sensory technique. So it's called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Simple. And it uses all of your senses. So when you distract your brain from what's going on in here, that mental, all those cogs turning and being like, oh my God, I'm in this anxious state, like I don't know what to do. You do a coping strategy. It's going to lower your heart rate because usually your heart will race. It's going to slow down your breathing. It's going to basically talk to what's called your autonomic nervous system, which is all of those things that you do subconsciously that you don't have to think about doing. So your breathing, your heart, all that kind of stuff. And it's going to say, okay, it's time to calm down. So that's what a coping strategy does. So this one, you start with 5 things you can see around you. Personally, I find when practicing this technique, it is best to say what you see around you out loud. So 5 things you can see. So I would be like, okay, I see my dog toy. I can see my lamp behind me. I can see my blanket on the couch. I can see my crazy zebra onesie. And I can see my laptop, right? So 5 things you can see. Then you start with 4 things you can feel. So 4 things around you that you can actually feel. So maybe like if you're outside, you can feel the sun on your face or the breeze, or I can feel the chair under my bum. I can feel my onesie on my shoulders, whatever it may be. And then you start with 3 things you can hear. So maybe it's just your breathing. I can hear the hum of my laptop. Maybe I hear birds chirping outside. Sometimes it's really quiet. So if you can't hear physically 3 things, then think about 3 things that you like to hear. So maybe your favorite song. Maybe you like to hear the radio or podcasts, whatever it may be. So then 2 things you can smell. So maybe you can smell your deodorant, or maybe you can't smell anything at the moment. So what 2 things do you enjoy smelling? And last but not least, 1 thing you can taste or like the taste of. So basically, if you're starting to feel anxiety coming on, go ahead and practice that. So remember, sight first. What do you feel? What do you hear? What do you smell? And what do you taste? You can absolutely go on to Google and type in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 coping technique, and it'll come up with a poster if you need a reminder. I know the first while that I practiced it with my clients, it was much easier to have that visual because it was hard for my client to come up with in the moment, okay, wait, it's 5 things I can hear, 5 things I can see, or 5 things I can feel. Like, what do I do first? And it became really challenging. So having a visual aid will make it a lot easier for you until you've practiced it enough that you're confident with the skill. So I'm going to just do that one today because I'm already at 8 minutes. But it is a really great coping strategy. I will post more soon, I promise. I'm going to have lots of time being quarantined, so expect to see more videos. I hope you have a beautiful day, and much love. Thank you so much for watching.